Wow. Okay, where do we begin? I honestly can't thank you guys enough because it's kind of been a crazy past, I want to say like week, 2 weeks, something like that. Like this is kind of insane. I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible because I don't want it to consume the entire video, but it really has to be addressed. First off, we hit 5,000 subscribers. That's insane. I never in a million years thought I would hit like even close to 5,000. I've always done this YouTube thing as like just sort of a fun, I don't know, way to kill time and I guess make a couple extra bucks like every 4 to 5 months. So I never in a million years would have imagined that we'd hit 5,000 subscribers, let alone hit 30,000 views on 2 videos in basically like the span of what, a month in between? That's insane. I seriously can't thank you guys enough. Like, this is insane that people actually enjoy watching the videos that I make. Like, I sit here editing them thinking like, oh man, I'm talking too much. Like, maybe right now I'm rambling about dumb stuff. No one wants to hear this. I cut out so much before the actual video is done. Like, if you guys think I'm ranting now, if I did an unedited video, it would be just ridiculously long. To be honest, the Half-Life 2 video that I did, I kind of expected it to gain some traction, like maybe just a couple thousand views, because we all know the whole Half-Life 3 leaks or whatever, you know, the announcement being right around the corner, it's kind of building up hype. So that was a planned move on my part, I'm not gonna lie. I thought it would not only be fun, but it would also be relevant and interesting because people are on the Half-Life 2 train, or even just the Half-Life train in general right now. But the ThinkPad video, I never ever would have imagined that we would hit like over 30,000 views on that video. I almost didn't make that video because the whole keyboard problem. I went through like several different keyboards before I finally got one that I was able to like hack together and make it work. And it was completely unnecessary too. It was just an aesthetic thing. There was the whole issue with the screen of the ThinkPad as well. Like, there was just so many things working against me to make that video that it took like I think almost 2 months to make, and at the end of it I was like, this is like an over 30-minute long video and it just sucks. Like, I don't think anyone's gonna want to watch some stupid weeb weirdo talk about stuff like old anime software and turn a ThinkPad into a stupid little like Japanese sort of environment for software. But people loved it. I read everyone's comments, and even like the ones that were kind of hating a little bit. I love reading it. It's awesome. Like, people, I don't know how people come here and enjoy this stuff, but I'm really glad that I could make something that you would enjoy. Unfortunately though, one of the challenges of kind of having 2 videos sort of be, let's say, home runs, is that the stress is on to make something that's gonna keep, you know, your new audience engaged and keep them, you know, subscribed and interested in your content. And so for me, the weight of that has been really heavy lately. I kind of don't know what to do that would be interesting because I didn't really think the ThinkPad video would be interesting at all, and I kind of thought the Half-Life 2 video would be just a little bit interesting. But in the struggle to find something interesting to make for a next video, I've kind of just been like addicted to Marketplace, even though I really don't have the money to do that right now because I just made some pretty big purchases, like life purchases, I guess you could say. But I kid you not, I bought 2 things from a place about an hour away, 15 minutes before going on vacation with my family. So I want to give a huge shout out to Scott and Des for making that possible. You guys are awesome. This is definitely really cool, in my opinion, what I'm about to show you guys. It happened 15 minutes before I caught a flight to Prince Edward Island. Went there to go play in some red dirt and visit Aunt Shirley. But now that I'm back home, I was able to pick it up, and unfortunately one of the things, because it was 2 things, one of the things is not what I expected, although it might be better. It's just not really something that interests me. Like, this was supposed to be a in-box ViewSonic A70 CRT monitor. Well, it's a lot smaller than that, that's for sure, and probably a lot more valuable, but I don't have anything to test it or make it work, nor do I really have an interest in it, unfortunately, so I do feel kind of bad about that. But I'm sure this thing will find a new home and I'll get some funds back. Either way, I hope you guys are ready for what I'm about to show you, because it's kind of freaking cool. Without further ado, I present to you the Nippon Electric Company Ready. In the box! What? That's right. It is still in its box. When I saw this on Facebook Marketplace like a mere 15 minutes before I had to get on a plane, I did the absolute maximum, like I went absolute overdrive to make sure that there was some way I could pick this thing up. Unfortunately for me, the owners were moving very far away by Tuesday, and I wasn't coming back from my vacation until Wednesday night, so it wasn't gonna happen. But again, thanks to both Scott and especially Des, this thing's in my basement now, and I have it. It's here. We made it happen, and I'm very thankful for everyone involved to make it happen. These things are pretty interesting because the box even says it itself. They're not actually NEC systems. They're just rebadged Packard Bells. And if you can remember my video on the NEC Mobio NX, I actually talked about that very briefly. There's not much information on it, but basically NEC partnered up with Packard Bell and said, hey, can we just put our badge on your systems so that we have some form of like market share in like North America with computers? And Packard Bell was like, yeah, sure, go for it, do it. And then not long after, NEC was like, holy crap, you guys suck. And so that little alliance didn't last too long. I honestly thought it died off by the time like the Pentium 2 came around. But this guy is a Pentium 3, which is another reason why I was very interested in this. I don't know what my problem is, but I don't really care for Pentium 3s, but if I see a Pentium 3 for the right price, I gotta have it. So anyways, I just got this system in the basement now. Why don't you join me as I unbox it and see what is inside? Alrighty, let's open up this box. It's kind of dusty and dirty, but there's the system already. So you can see it right there. It's kind of a, I don't know, an interesting looking system. It almost looks like it's supposed to have something here that's missing, but that's actually just the design of the computer. Anyways, we're gonna do things a little bit different, and we're going to take the PC out first. Get that out of the way so I can show you guys in a bit. It looks like there's actually stuff with it too. What? Accessory pack. I guess you guys can't see that too well. Let's see what's in here. Oh my god, we got a mouse. It looks like this mouse has never even been used, I think. I don't know, I could be wrong. It's hard to say, honestly. I mean, it does look yellowed, so maybe it has been used, but barely been used. We have a power cable here. This looks like it's never been used. Like, I'm not even exaggerating that. Look at how clean this is. This has, like, never been used. Okay. We have this little packet here. What's this? Master recovery? No way. Does this have the recovery discs? Let's check. There's a CD. There's nothing else in there. Master recovery CD. Oh, it looks like it's been used before. It's got some scratches. I feel like there should be more CDs. Usually when there's a master recovery CD, that means there's like other ones that go with it. This is all we got, so I don't know. We'll have to see if this works. But no matter what, I'll archive this so that anybody who happens to have one of these can at least have some of the software CD somewhere. But yeah, I don't think that's the whole thing. There's no way. It's too small. Unless there's not really anything that came with this system, I don't really know. But it apparently came with like Microsoft Word and Quicken, so you would think that those were like on separate CDs maybe. Here we have the actual, oh my god, this is thick. Here's the like product key. I don't care. Go ahead and take that. I don't care. Windows 98 SE product key. And yes, I'm giving it away. Oh yeah, the water heater decides to kick in now of all times. Awesome. Enjoy that noise. What do we have in this box? Is this... It feels heavy. I'm hopeful it's a keyboard. It feels heavy. I'm really hopeful it's some sort of keyboard. Yo, no way! Oh, it's so dingy. Ugh. So we have the keyboard, but it's very used, very yellow, and very dingy. Yeah, it honestly kind of reminds me of the keyboard from my dad's PC from back in the day. I still have that keyboard, actually. These two definitely look very, very similar to me, at least in their shape and whatnot. And it looks like there's one more box in there. Underneath this flap, NEC speakers. That is suspiciously light feeling. I don't have high hopes for this one. Yeah, this guy feels light. Nothing. Nothing. Bummer. Alright, well now that we've emptied the box and the water heater's calmed down, why don't we go ahead and try to turn this thing on? Well actually, before powering it on, I figured you guys may want to actually see the system, and maybe this is not the best light. This is about as good as it's going to get for the moment, but it's kind of a basic looking little tower, honestly. I'm sure there's a Packard Bell out there somewhere that looks exactly like that. It looks like the CD drive at the top is aftermarket, an upgrade, let's say. I'm not gonna lie, I did quickly open the side panel to check the caps, because I don't want to power anything up with bad caps. Amazingly, they're all fine. So that's pretty cool. If we come around the back, we can see the fine selection of I/O. And one thing I noticed when opening the system is that this power supply is not original. So it looks like the original one already died, which is actually what I was worried about, having a dead power supply. But this one's not the original, so the original definitely died, and this one's here. Obviously not the right kind of power supply exactly, but it works. So alright, I got everything plugged in. I'm gonna flip the switch here first. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh. What is this thing doing? The CD drive, first off, is not happy. The hard drive sounds a little interesting. Pentium 3 450. So yeah, I was really hoping we would get something like a Pentium 3 like 800 or whatever. We kind of have the worst Pentium... Excuse me? Did you hear that? Okay. This CD drive is acting up. I was kind of hoping we would get something like a 700 to 800 megahertz Pentium 3. Fortunately, we basically got one of the worst ones, I guess. Although, depending on how you look at it, maybe some people would actually like that it's a lower clock speed, depending on what you're trying to run. Either way, for me, it's quite lowly and old. I may want to look into upgrading it if I do end up liking the system. For now, we're going to load the default values and continue. And, are we going to continue? ID hard disk. Let's go. That's a very unhappy hard drive, unfortunately. Okay, so it was obviously put in a box for a reason. Why don't we crack it open then and see what's inside of this thing and see what the situation is. Imagine paying $40 for this thing. The LCK. So the inside of this thing is not that much more confidence inspiring than the noises we were hearing from it. This is our lowly little 450 megahertz Pentium 3. The fan's making some noises as I kind of heard. What else do we got here in this mess of cables? We have an SIS GPU and a SATA cable. Maybe that's the model number, 6326. I really don't know, but oh my god, this is going to be an awful graphics card. Like, actually terrible. There's also an ISA slot, ISA, however you want to say it, ISIS, down at the bottom there. So that's pretty cool, I guess, though I don't really have any ISA devices. Over here we have the clunky boy. Kind of bummed about that because I love Maxtor hard drives, even though they suck. I will admit, they're not good. They're terrible hard drives, but I grew up on them, so I like collecting them and having them. And unfortunately, this one's done, and it's kind of a bummer because it's like a higher capacity one. So we're gonna have to figure out something with that. The power supply I want to replace too because, well, it sucks. It's no good. I mean, it works, but it's obviously not the correct kind, and I don't trust it. I think I actually have something that I can put in here that is actually kind of meant for it, so that's good. I have a slightly less grouchy optical drive that I can put in here that's also period correct. How much memory is in this thing? I haven't even checked. 64 megabytes, folks. 64 megabytes. On a system like this, 64 megs is about all you need, so I'm not going to touch that. I'll leave that the way it is. Okay, so let's talk repairs and upgrades. I did go through my bin of stuff. For the PSU, I have this 125 watt, I think AC Delta or Delta whatever, Delta Electronics power supply. And if you notice here, it doesn't have the little standout thing. So this will fit flush with the case. And I honestly think it would take one of these tiny little things anyways, but this is from a period correct system. I believe the system was from 98, like late 98, early 99. As for hard drives, what's in here now is a 10 gig hard drive, and unfortunately I don't own any 10 gig hard drives. The closest I have is 15, and it's kind of a noisy drive, so I don't really want to put it in. So I found this Quantum Fireball that I bought. I mean, I bought it a while ago, but it was for a project that never ended up happening. And I think it's, even though it's 20 gigs, I think it'll be right at home in here. It makes really nice noises too. I love the sounds of these Quantum Fireballs. It'll be right at home in this little NEC PC. Here's the very period correct optical drive that I want to put in. Unfortunately, it's not kind of yellowed the same as the rest of the system, but it is a little bit temperamental, but it does work. And I think it would fit perfectly in here, especially because the manufacture date is 1999, which is when this system was made. So that'll be right at home here. We're gonna replace that cranky broken one. Whoa, hey, hi. We're back already. So here's the new optical drive. This power supply looks much more at home compared to the old one. And of course we have the upgraded hard drive, which I forgot to put a jumper on, so hopefully it works.
Excited. 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 Excited.
Wow, and just like that, we're in my favorite place to look at old computers, the corner of my office. And would you look at that? The NEC is set up and ready to go. So, with that said, why don't we take a look at it and I guess see what it does? I don't really know. Alright, so we're here and we're loaded up. I don't really know what exactly to show you guys. Maybe I'll show you some of the pre-installed stuff that came with the computer, because that's always a little bit interesting. But otherwise, yeah, it's up and running now. And I would say this NEC is finally ready to show you what it can, or maybe can't, do. First, one of the more interesting things is this NEC Assistant. I don't really know what it's supposed to do. Wallpaper changer. Oh! What? Okay, that's kind of cool. Let's try that again. Oh, that's cool. That screams like mid to late 90s. Another interesting one. There's a lot of wallpapers here. Oh, I guess it just chooses it at random. I think there's actually also a screensaver too. Yeah, this one looks kind of interesting. It's basically like the 3D sort of, like Windows sort of screensaver, but with the NEC logo. As you can see here, it's kind of like the same sort of, I guess, vibe or like, you know, moving object thing. Let's take a look at options and accessories. Special offers, America Online, CompuServe. Is that supposed to be like a web page or something? Find target. Select your internet service provider. I don't really care about that though. Is that really all it is? Yeah, okay. I guess nothing really interesting there. Midisoft MediaWorks. I don't know if this is just like... Okay, interesting. Got some good music. So I guess this is just like a MIDI player of some sort. There's also this thing called KiddoNet. I think it's just some like sort of stupid, just like it's one of those like pointless applications. You know what I'm talking about? It's completely unnecessary and it doesn't actually really do anything. Okay, I guess you can print, you can favorite things, you can go home. Oh no, there's the favorite right there. Anytime I try to click, it just brings me to CompuServe. I don't know why. Let's see what else the NEC Assistant does. There's like preferences here. Okay, that's actually for the application. Internet. MySpace Online. Net Media Player. Interesting. I don't know if you can put like a URL in here maybe. Yeah, I don't really know. Set. I don't really know what that does. It might be for streaming stuff, like early days of like streaming like audio or something. Maybe that wasn't even a thing back then. We have the NEC Support Center. It gives us system info. Manuals. Actually, do we have a manual for this thing? AGP video card. No, open this. You're telling me that there's no Adobe on here? What? Imagine, you don't even get that, like, the software to look at the manual. That's so stupid. Oh no, there it is right there. Yeah, let's install it. Alright, well I guess we can't look at the manual for this thing. I wonder what CyberCoach does. This is another interesting looking one. Oh, it's basically just the support center. Work with Windows, and it shows a picture of Windows. Draw pictures, record your voice, shut down your computer, change your wallpaper, listen to an audio CD. Work with Windows. Can we? Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. My first folder.
This is a standard window. Notice that it has a representation in the taskbar. The title bar displays the name of the window.
Okay, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it. I know how to do this. Please. Oh no. Okay, there we go. We're back now. So that's, I guess, kind of cool. Like every sort of OEM at the time, like Compaq, HP, Dell, they all kind of had something like this with their home computers for like people that really had no idea what they were doing. So I'm not too surprised that NEC had a similar thing going on here. Was there anything else here to show? Software tracker, what's this? To install or reinstall. Oh, okay, so I guess this is just reinstalling stuff that comes with the computer. Actually, one interesting thing that I should show you guys here is if you go, I think, to either, it might be accessories and games. No, where is it? Finance and productivity. Yeah, it actually comes with Quicken. Of course, that was typical at the time. I guess it has Microsoft Works as well, which is interesting. Like, why would they put Word in there if they have Works? You would think they'd put like PowerPoint or something instead, but I don't know. Edutainment, no, entertainment. Yeah, so there's actually Age of Empires. For whatever reason, they gave you Age of Empires, but it needs the CD, and I didn't even see anything on the box for this thing having a CD for Age of Empires. So there's a bunch of puzzles too. I don't really know what these are. Rat poker, mixed genetic, like maybe somebody knows what these are from, like what software pack. What's this? Whatever it is, it really doesn't like the computer right now. Yeah, you oh my god. Yeah, I had to restart Windows. There was some weirdness going on, and well, it didn't necessarily lock up, it just wouldn't come back to its senses. Does that make any sense? Sorry, there's now sewage pumping happening outside of my house, so gotta bear with me on the noise for that. I learned that the actual like sort of specs of this PC, because it came out in 1999, are more in line with like a P2 kind of computer. Like it's a 450 megahertz P3, and I believe it's a Katmai, which is basically just a glorified P2 at that point, as like from what I've been told and from what I've been reading. So I don't know if you can actually upgrade the CPU in this thing to make it go like really far, like towards the 1 gigahertz sort of P3 era, but even for 99, I think this was kind of an old PC, and the specs of it, while they weren't terrible, they were definitely very like old. You were buying something new, but it was actually kind of like basically old stuff. Anyways, that's basically all the software. I mean, Spring Weekend didn't work, but as I said, there's puzzles and stuff in there. There's Internet Gaming Zone, Fighter Ace. Well, I don't have internet, so I can't play Fighter Ace. Maybe I can play Fighter Ace Practice. Okay, maybe I can. Let's go with the LA5. Sure, I know what this is. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing, but okay, so there's that. That's always cool. Also, one interesting thing is that this actually has a DVD player piece of software, but the computer doesn't come with a DVD drive, and it didn't even advertise itself as having come with one. So I don't know why that's there. Maybe there was an option to spec one with a DVD drive, but that's not included here, so yeah. Anyways, I'm kind of running out of things to talk about with this computer. It's like, you know, it's a home PC, right? I'm sure once you've seen one video on these kind of computers, you've seen them all, but I'm sure everyone's dying to find out how terrible is that SIS graphics card. And boy, oh boy, I am here with you. I'm dying to figure it out. Let's just cut the crap and play Half-Life. Let's do the hazard Oh, okay, I'll be right back. Oh, okay.
Hello and welcome to the Black Mesa Hazard Course. You will be trained in the use of the hazardous
This is not exactly ideal.
holographic assistance. Let's begin by stepping into your suit.
If I had to eyeball it, I'd say about 15-20 FPS so far.
These buttons are present and up.
Oh, okay. I'm sure someone back in the day. Oh my god, what is that? Are you seeing that? Okay, so we've been playing a little bit, and we're gonna see how. Oh, okay. We're gonna see sort of how it performs in the actual game, and so far it's not good. Oh, this is bad.
Hey, Mr. Freeman, I had a bunch of messages for you, but we had a system crash about 20 minutes ago, and I'm...
Like in certain parts right here, it's like still not good, but it's not like unbearable. But then you see like there's graphical weirdness going on here, and there's just specific parts where it's easily under 10 FPS,
It's good to see you.
and it's just brutal.
Hello.
Oh my god, are you seeing that? Like over there in the bathroom stall.
Why do we all have to wear these ridiculous ties?
Well, that about does it for this NEC Ready. I think we got it pretty ready for use again. Unfortunately, it was not quite what I hoped it would be, and I think it's just a little too old to be of interest to me. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna try and maybe upgrade a few things. Maybe that would be entertaining to you guys, or maybe I'll just see if I can find it a new home. But either way, I'm really happy that we were able to kind of bring it back to life, make it look a little bit better, and even restore it. And as I said, it's probably the third or fourth time now, I have dumped and uploaded the recovery media. So if you find yourself with one of these NEC Ready, like Pentium 3 computers, try this recovery media. See if it works for you, because it worked for me. Either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry if it may not have been as interesting as recent videos, but I'm sure this will scratch an itch for those people who grew up with computers like this in the mid to late 90s, where they were kind of just like really cheap home PCs and whatnot. But either way, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.